What's up, guys? Gons here for the Face Like the Sun YouTube channel. Amy Schumer, who is an actress and comedian, she is on the cover of GQ magazine doing a Star Wars photo shoot spread thing promoting her movie Trainwreck. And I don't even want to show some of these pictures, so I won't. But basically, the idea here is showing sex with robots. And looking at the topic of transhumanism, we know that one of its tenets is the breaking down of gender, the idea of sexuality changing in the singularity and things like that. So this is no surprise. I think Amy Schumer here is being used to promote promiscuity, debauchery, and this idea of being intimate with robots, specifically C-3PO and R2D2. So the fact that this sort of thing is getting pushed out there into the mainstream is disturbing on one level in terms of what it's promoting with the transhumanist agenda. But even worse, you have a lot of young people, men and women, looking at this sort of thing, and their ideologies, their worldviews are being shaped by this sort of thing. And I don't know that you have to be a Christian or anything like that to see that there's some problems there with this kind of thing being pushed to young people. And Amy Schumer is very popular right now, and she's sort of the comedy world darling at the moment. So no surprises there that she would be the one being used here. And I just hope that people who are into this, who watch this kind of thing, realize that their consciences are being seared and they are being exposed to propaganda that is in line with what the technocracy and the transhumanist movement is hoping for, which is this acceptance of machines, not just in our daily lives in terms of the various ways in which they already interact with us, but rather in a promiscuous way, in a sexual way. And I would hope that if you have children who idolize Amy Schumer, that they would see that what's being promoted to them is not something that is healthy. I think the reason why Star Wars is still so popular is obviously, it has its cult following, but it has all the tenets of the tools that would be used by the elite to promote what they want in the technocracy. So just wanted to bring your attention to it and let you guys know that there's stuff like this out there and it's rampant. And the more culture goes this direction, the more I think we have to stand strong and stand against some of this stuff. And along with this Amy Schumer story, I do want to contrast it with something because I think it speaks to where we're at here in society. While people are distracted and, going all crazy about the sex appeal of Star Wars and Amy Schumer getting dirty with C-3PO on the cover of GQ, you have Benjamin Netanyahu talking about how horrible this nuke deal is with Iran. And then you have, President Obama saying how wonderful it is. And, you have this presumably a more important issue. I still lean towards the idea that this whole conflict between Benjamin Netanyahu's opinion about this Iran nuke deal and President Obama is a staged conflict that is bringing about another agenda. And I've talked about that in previous videos, and I've even shown documents that seem to suggest that that's what's going on. But think about what's going on here. You have that sort of fear-based headline where it's very much 1984 in this perpetual war scenario. And then on the other side, you have the Brave New World, the mass distraction, the promiscuity that we see in Brave New World with the whole Amy Schumer story, but in a different way, promoting this transhumanist agenda. So stepping back from both these stories, you can see the two hands at work here, one instigating a fear-based control and the other one using a distraction-based control. Either way, they're both going for the same agenda, which is this global order, this technocratic system that's being put in place, and the cultural element that is breaking down morals, ethics, and values in not just this country, but I think around the world, where today with mass media, they're able to create culture, they're able to shape culture in a way that's never been present before this last century. So I think we should step back and look at this from a higher perspective to see all that. And so keep a lookout for this stuff. It's getting more and more common. It's really not that hard to report on stuff like this because it's happening almost daily. And it's important to keep in mind that we are not led by a spirit of fear. That is not of God. The only thing we should fear is the Lord and his judgment. So that's all I have to say for today. I know it's a shorter video, but I'm getting some chapters done for Inhuman, a film that I'm hoping will break into the mainstream with the topic of transhumanism coming from a Christian worldview. And I'm not talking about accepting transhumanism as Reverend Dr. Christopher Bennick suggests, although his conversation with us at Canary Cry Radio was interesting. And again, I think you should check it out because it is a different perspective on it, and I think he brings up some good points, but his overall trajectory is something that I don't agree with in terms of outcome. So in any case, I'm going to keep today's video brief. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. God bless.